Hi, I'm Layla and I have been on Mounjaro for a year and a month, so it's my year review that I'm very late on. But I've been meaning to do this for a hot minute because I've been very vocal on my social medias about my weight loss and how much of a struggle it's been for me, but I don't think people really truly grasp the whole picture, how much I've had to fight to do things to better myself. So I have never ever been skinny. I've always been a bigger kid and I used to do a lot of weight loss when I was younger. I went to kids focus weight loss clubs and things like this. It really hit bad at the beginning of last year, so 2025. I was just slowly but surely putting on more and more weight. Then all of a sudden it got to the point around April I physically couldn't even wipe myself when I went to the toilet. I was getting severe back pain. Everything hurt. I didn't want to move. I didn't want to do anything. Was just struggling. I just couldn't do the stuff that I wanted to do. I stepped on the scales and realized that I'd put on multiple stone within a matter of months. I would like to say that during this time I was eating fairly good, minus the fact that my portion control was out of control. Me and my partner were going to the gym and all I could manage was walking on a treadmill or be on the bike for a little bit, and nothing that I did not help me. I would just continue putting on weight. So I was like, there's obviously an issue here. I've got PCOS, which if you know PCOS, which I know it's been renamed now, one of the main things for PCOS is that you put on weight. I'm also on the pill, putting on weight. What I didn't find out until I'd had blood tests is that I was also on the beginning of being diabetic. With my PCOS, it made me insulin resistant. So diabetes and insulin resistance, woo! You can guess what happened. I went from about 18 stone to 22 stone in a matter of months. I've been looking at the photos today, back on this time, and I honestly want to give that girl the biggest hug because she was fighting for her life. I ended up having appointments to do with my PCOS, and at that point, the doctor that I spoke to said about Mounjaro, but didn't really explain to me the fact that I would have to go private to get Mounjaro. I also went to the doctors who said they were going to put me into weight loss classes. Did that ever happen? No, it did not. Did I hear a single thing back from the doctors? No, I did not. They basically just said, you need to do it yourself, get on with it. I started my first dose, so 2.5 milligrams on the 9th of June 2025, just after my best friend's hen do, and it was instant. The cravings stopped. It was mad the way that it just switched my brain off. Within that first week, I lost about 7 pounds, which is no surprise considering the shock to the body. It just dropped off. After that, I very steadily lost weight. Was on 2.5 for a month and then went on to the 5 milligram. I personally felt like I wasn't on Mounjaro on the 5. I had the food noise back. I did my month's dose of that and went straight up to 7.5, and I was on 7.5 until about a month ago. So I was on it from August to the beginning of June. This is where I tell you about all the yummy side effects. So the main time that I realized that something was just not too shabby with me was unfortunately my best friend's wedding. I didn't think about the fact that tomatoes were a massive acid reflux trigger for me, and I had tomato soup. My belly was just not settled and I couldn't really pinpoint what was going on. Me being a dramatic queen that I am, I go into the garden, and I'm really sorry for you guys who find this very TMI. I projectile vomited and shit myself at the same time in front of a huge crowd of people. So that was probably the worst time that I had that. There was other times that I have just not felt right. and I've nearly passed out on the toilet. It's always when I'm on the toilet as well. This happened I think 3 times. I just go completely numb. My hearing goes really high pitched, and I can feel myself like doing this, and I'm like pinching myself to keep myself alert, because obviously I'm on toilet and it's normally during the middle of the night. They have been really spaced out. And then there was one other time I had acid reflux so bad that I vomited. Considering I've been on Mounjaro for over a year now, that's not too shabby. I've just kind of got accustomed to acid reflux, which is really funny, because since I've gone onto the 10, I've not had any issues. So maybe, I don't know what it was. Maybe my body's just kind of got used to Mounjaro now. So they're the main side effects that I've had. I did have spots of complete plateau. My lowest weight was in February, and I'm only just getting back to that now. Went to America, but I came back and I put on a lot of weight. I think I put on about 10 pounds, which, I mean, American food. It's not really surprising, but I couldn't shift it. So I went to America in March, and it's taken me to now in July to get back to kind of where I was. One of the main things that I did, shift it along, was to increase from 7.5 to 10. But not only that, I have to move. I have to do exercise. So in April-ish, I started running, and it has been so hard. Last year, when I was still quite heavy, I struggled so bad. Like, I would have full-on breakdowns on runs because I couldn't breathe. Running kind of became one of my things that I needed to do. Like, if I didn't do it, like, I would know, because not only did it obviously help my physical health, but also it's been a big thing for my mental health. And since March, I've been just working on myself and trying to be the Layla that I want to be and who I know I can be. I feel like for such a long time I didn't really know who I was, and I just saw myself as just this fat girl, and that was quite difficult for me because I just felt like I didn't have any purpose, and running kind of gave that back to me. One of the massive things that I've learned about people who run is a lot of people run for their mental health. I'm actually enjoying myself, and it's making me start to learn to love myself again. Like, this weight loss journey, and I'm only at the beginning, it's been really rough. It's been hard, but I wouldn't have been able to do this without Mounjaro. 100%, I can tell you now. And now I am sitting at 18 stone 5. My lowest was 18 stone 4. I started at 22 stone, so I'm over 50 pounds lost, and that is a massive achievement, and I should be proud of myself for that because I've worked hard. So let's get down to the nitty-gritty. Let's talk about the measurements in inches. So right, let me say this first. One of my arms is bigger than the other. You can physically see it on the video, right? I don't know why. So from my left arm, so this one, I have lost 1.5 inches. My right arm, I've lost 2 inches. I need to do some like arms exercises and stuff. Around my bust, I have lost 7.5 inches. And to be honest, it's not really from my actual like boobs, it's my back. From my belly, I've lost 7 inches. My legs have actually stayed pretty similar, a size 22 to 24, but the dress that I had to wear to one of my friend's weddings was a size 28. Now I'm sitting in roughly the 16 to 18 mark. I've dropped about 5 dress sizes. I've just had to go through my wardrobe as well and get rid of loads more clothes because there's so many things that just are too big for me. And I feel like clothing is the biggest teller on weight loss. So this is how I'm looking. I am not in any way, shape or form skinny. I am still a work in progress. I have issues with my belly still, but my belly's got a lot smaller, like in the past couple of months. This is the exact same dress that I wore to my friend's wedding. This was skin tight on me. I can fit a whole arm. Well, actually that's my arm, not by my side, but I can stretch it out, which is crazy. I keep this to like, I'm feeling like I'm not losing weight. On my boob, like, look at this. Look how crazy that is. That's not a little bit of weight. And I just slide this over my head. So where do I see myself in the next year? hopefully skinnier. I am 5 pounds off my first big goal. Hopefully in the next 2 weeks or so should hit that 18 stone, and having smaller goals is just something that my brain can handle. And I think I'm gonna do it either to 16 or 14. I'm not completely decided on it yet. Also in that time I'll be doing some more running races. I'm doing a 10k in Vilnius in September. Continuing on with parkrun because I love parkrun, but also I think in terms of like the mental side of it, I want to look in the mirror and be like, you know what, you're looking skinny today, gal. Because I am very much having days where I look in the mirror and I don't believe that I've lost any weight, and then I look back onto photos like this and I'm like, shit, I've lost a lot of weight. But I just want any of you girlies, or guys even, because there's a lot of guys that have gone on Mounjaro and absolutely smashed it, that you're not alone. There are so many people out there who don't feel comfortable in their own body and feel like they've got no one that they can talk to or fully understand what they're going through. But it's important to talk about how you're feeling and your achievements, even if it's something small, and trying to find something that you enjoy, because if you don't enjoy losing weight, then it's gonna make it harder. You're gonna beat yourself up more if you're not losing weight. Sometimes these scales are gonna tell you that you've put on 5 pounds and you're like, how on earth? I'm here. Like, drop us a comment. You can follow me on Instagram where I do my running, which is Layla's Life. I'll put it on the screen here, and I will always respond. It might have not been where I wanted it to be. I thought I was going to be at least 2 stone lighter by this point, but shit happens, you know. Sometimes life doesn't hand you the cards that you want, and you just have to get up and shake it off. As of right now, I am the healthiest and fittest that I've ever been in my life. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.